What's going on? You are tuned into Kick 'em Pick 'em Gambling Show, brought to you by TwoFootTalk. I am your host. They call me Young Leg. With me, we have the man, the myth, Mr. BurrOaks, in the middle of March Madness. Two big old plate over there. How you doing, Oaks?
Man, I'm doing good. Obviously I apologize for not making the last show. I just completely forgot what day it was. I was a little lost in the sauce. But international break actually worked out well for me for once. Not from a gambling, from a gambling perspective. I just didn't have to pay attention to international footy because there was so much March Madness going on. So that worked out well because betting international, especially friendlies, is just a good way to start a bunch of money on fire.
Guys, not a college basketball expert. What's good? Did I just pick names that I liked? Yeah. Is it foolproof? Pretty much. Yeah, that was my college basketball experience, was just randomly betting underdogs, and just it's always successful, except for never bet against UConn. Men's or women's, don't do it. Anyway, like you said, international break, so pretty easy on the fuck yous for me. Didn't go crazy on anything except for the Brazil games, which we got robbed against Spain. That was fucking bullshit. Oh, let's just give Spain 2 penalty kicks. Weak as hell. Lamine Yamal, did anyone even touch him? Still haven't seen any physical contact from that one, but whatever. My FUs, I got Spain -refs. So I don't know, between Murata trying to talk shit to fans who were like excited that somebody from Madrid scored in Madrid's home stadium in Madrid. It's a little weird for me that a club that he used to play for, which is why we're supposed to show him respect, was respecting their own players in their home field, and he goes and talks shit. So then Vinny didn't like that he was trying to yell at the crowd for being fans of football, by the way. Wait, the fans cheered when their team scored? Those cocksuckers. How could they? They disrespect Murata. And then you got the president or the coach going, I can't believe they disrespect Murata at this stadium. Really? You can't believe they disrespect Murata at the Bernabeu? You mean where he abandoned us to go to a direct rival? Huh. You can't see it? Really? So just all around. And I put -refs there. That's just a given. We're in Spain, and I'm going to bitch about the refs. Next one, Greece. This isn't really a fuck you to Greece, but it's more like a damn, guys. This year, Euros are never the same when Greece isn't in them. And I say that with the utmost respect to them. God damn, how did you choke to, what is it, Georgia? Special K and his ragtag group that he has over there. I don't want to watch them. I want to watch Greece all of a sudden pull something out of their ass going, wait, the Euros are on? Let's pretend this is 20 years ago. Like the 20-year anniversary, that would have been beautiful to watch. Fuck you, Greece, for not just getting it done in penalties. Very sad to see Greece not in the Euros. I'm sure they're just as sad. So it's a heavy heart. I say that. Fuck you. Next one on here is just piece of shit fans. I got Egypt and I got Mexico. Mexico, the game was postponed because you just never shut the fuck up. Like they tell you not to say stuff, and you're like, "Oh, well, we don't actually mean that," and then you just still yell it anyway. Hey, if it's bothering someone and they ask you to stop yelling it, just stop yelling it. Otherwise, they'll just keep stopping the game, and you're gonna get banned again. I don't understand why this is like a hard lesson for you. And also, on top of that, throwing shit at teams. You suck now. Accept it. You're not very good. You're going to lose games a lot. You lost to USA again. When's the last time you even saw a win against USA? Are you really that upset that you're going to throw shit at the players as if you didn't embarrass yourselves already enough on the pitch? Do you need more? Honestly, and Egypt. Every other state. Now, I know Egypt isn't claiming it's them, but it's weird how at every other stadium, there's no green laser pointers on all the players when they're playing. But then when they go and play in Egypt, there's a whole bunch of fucking green laser pointers, but it's not them. So now I don't like to just go and blame people, but it is always odd when it's only at one stadium and the only alibi we have is, nah, it ain't us, dog. Trust me. So maybe just stop being pieces of shit. Also, you can keep pointing that laser pointer at Modric. Y'all still got that SB 4-1. So embarrassing. But that's all my fuck yous.
I I got a little question for you. So, like, first of all, I'll just start off by saying this. I'll start off with a fuck you of, yeah, I know we won, but like, it's really hard to be high on U.S. soccer right now because the MLS, they did finally get something right. They finally got the deal done with the refs. It only took 14 minutes of added time and 2 bad, terrible VAR calls in the first half of a game for them to be like, oh, that's right. I remember when the NFL did this and it cost people like $4 billion and we paid the refs immediately. So yeah, like the state of US soccer, I know we won, but it's not good. Like everybody knows Berhalter's not the guy. Everybody knows that this team is capable of much more than the sum of its parts, and we continue to play down to competition. I saw an interesting tweet that I just want to float out there that I thought was kind of a decent idea. I know we want to stop the fucking chants from the Mexico fans and blah, 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 this, that, and the other, but by stopping the game, do we think that we maybe have done something out of pocket here? Because now we're giving those disruptive fans control of what's happening on the pitch, and maybe they're using that to kind of take away from the game when they're getting their ass beat. And, you know, Mexico, I'm sorry, like, you should be getting your ass beat. Like, look at your team, dog. That thing sucks. Like,
imagine you got Lozano and Jimenez just sitting on the bench, and your team is trash.
Right?
Like, it's not even because they got pushed down the bench. Your coach is just that dumb,
right?
And your team sucks that bad.
So, like, I know you're upset, but like, fix if you want to bitch at somebody, bitch at your own soccer federation. Like, fix that team. You're capable of much better. Yeah, so it was just really hard to get up for U.S. soccer. Friendlies are always, you know, I watched them. They were on a couple of the Euro qualifiers. I certainly watched the sudden death games, but like, I didn't really bet on them. I threw $5 or $10 here or there because it's tough until we get to Euros, until we get to Copa America. It's just, unless there's meaning behind those matches, I find it hard to put my hard-earned dollar on them.
I'll say about back in the U.S., as you guys know, I'm Brazilian until Greg Berhalter's fired. So I don't know if you saw Endrick pop his collar and score in both fucking games. The debut at the Bernabeu and Wembley. Sorry, England. But the fact that the United States has won a competition 3 times in a row should kind of like warn you the level of the competition, that we are the 3-time back-to-back now defending champions of this competition. Maybe it's a little easy to win. It's kind of like hey, we're going to play one team and then Mexico in the final, and Mexico sucks. So
we lost to Trinidad and Tobago, so like we don't have a leg to stand on.
We needed an own goal against Jamaica just to make it to the final.
Just to be able to make the game, yeah.
It's brushed under the rug now because Greg Berhalter got us a made-up trophy that CONCACAF added in to get more TV money. But, you know.
Greg Berhalter defenders are the worst, too. They're the worst people online. They're worse than Arsenal fans.
They're terrible. Imagine if Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans and Manchester United fans just had a huge baby. And that baby
people who defend Greg Berhalter.
Anyway, let's get into it. So, weekend slate. We're going to start over in England. First game. I love this game because both these teams, one, Lewis Miley just got hurt. So, who the fuck is even available for Newcastle? It's at St. James Park, and West Ham has some of the most ass-backwards roller coaster form I've ever seen. Which Bowden are we going to see? Which Paqueta are we going to see? And besides Bruno Guimaraes, who am I seeing from Newcastle that I'm actually, I take that back. I'll give Isak a nod, and I'll give, if they put Livramento at left back, I'll give him a nod. But other than that, like, this Newcastle team is just going to be a roll of the dice, whoever the fuck is good to run for at least 65 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, this one's going to be tough. You know, I think West Ham are complete frauds. St. James Park is tough, but yeah, Newcastle, they're just super thin. What's going on, Mike? Good to see you back. Same with Bryce. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of value here on West Ham players just because they are away. Bowen is plus 240 to score. I think that's a really high number. Kudos is plus 350 to score, and his shot on target's minus 115. I think that's an absolutely disrespectful number. I don't know. Both teams to score over 2.5. I kind of want to take it, but like it's minus 140, so I also kind of fucking hate it. So I don't know. The England's just so tough. Like, hey, England, for all that shit talking you do online about how competitive your league is, just want to go ahead and let you know you have Bundesliga lines for your goals. And if you're going to call everybody else farmers leagues, and then you're going to copy Germany for how many goals are in your matches, that argument doesn't hold any fucking water with me when Spain's games are lined at like 2 and 2.25 compared to you being lined at 3 and 3.5 constantly.
Yo, listen how bad this game is going to suck, actually. Ready for this just injured and suspended list? You got Alvarez, who's on a suspension from a red card. Kudos is hurt with a knee injury. Callum Wilson, Harvey Barnes, both out, muscle and hamstring injuries. Joelinton, thigh injury. Trippier, calf injury. Lewis Miley, back injury. Botman got a cruciate ligament injury now. Like, Tonali's a degenerate, and Pope is still out. Like, who's playing? Who's playing?
Yeah,
I'll take the shot on target for sure in this game. Other than that, gun for Fabian Schär maybe for a shot on target. I don't know what Newcastle's plan is offensively besides Isak, dribble at everyone and save us. Yeah. I'm not taking anything in this game though, really.
Yeah, it's not great.
I'm here for the chaos. So next one I got. I'm not even a fan really of this whole English slate. You're gonna be really upset with one of the game choices I made. Not this one though. Even Tony versus Manchester United. Even Tony at home. I feel like anytime I see what is supposed to be a big club playing against Brentford, I immediately go to check what the goal scoring odds are on my boy Ivan Toney, and he just has not been delivering the last few weeks. He's gone cold for the last 3 or 4 weeks. He did score for England. It was a penalty kick. I was definitely upset because I had Jude Bellingham to score assists. He did end up scoring, so I take back everything. I may have said a couple things like, why the fuck is this guy taking penalties? It's probably because he's really good at penalties.
I'm pretty sure he still hasn't missed one in his pro career.
Yeah. You know who has no defenders on their team and is probably going to be hacking the shit out of Brentford anytime they get on a counterattack? Manchester United. Maguire, I think, just got hurt. I don't know if it's just a knock. I'm not exactly sure what's hurt with Maguire. Varane, I feel like he's like partially retired. He's got his foot out the door, it seems like. Casemiro's hurt again. Kobe Mainoo started his first game for England, Man U fan, so you can woohoo. That was cool. I like Man U on the money line here, but I would be nervous as shit, and I would feel ashamed of myself if I didn't take a Tony goal.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know we've been burned by Tony a couple of times here, but when he plays City and you hang plus 340 on him, like that's a bet I'm not super expecting to win. It would be nice, but like, yeah, it's not a bet I'm super expecting to win. Here at home for plus 150 versus Man U, I'm definitely going to take it, especially because he got the PK for England. Like we've said, his whole thing is he's trying to get to double-digit goals before the season ends, and there's 8 to 10 games left. I do like both teams to score over 2.5 here, especially with Hodgland being healthy again for Man U. I don't know. They have offense. It's just they're completely shit at defense. And yeah, not having McSauce is definitely a killer because he's like the only guy who constantly shows up for Man U. Both teams to score over 2.5. Like I said, it's like minus 135. I might take a stab on Brentford plus a quarter here on the Asian handicap at minus 115. The double chance is just a little too long for me. Like, I'm not going to tell you guys to play a minus 145 or a minus 150 prop, especially when I'm not super confident at the Bees being at home. They played much better last year, but that's what happens when you have Tooney and like some better players that didn't have to carry a load for an entire season while they got injured. So I don't know. I do like Brentford, and I hope they finish the season strong. here. So, yeah, I'm probably going to take a little shot on the Asian handicap.
All right, moving on. Next one I got for you. This is the one you're not going to like too much. It's Liverpool versus Brighton. I think I'm still giving Brighton respect because I love De Zerbi's managerial style, and I think he usually has some sort of plan for these types of games, which is why I'm always just so stunned when everything goes completely wrong, like when they play Tottenham and Tottenham just puts 4 up on them real quick. So Liverpool at home, I don't know how you bet against Liverpool at Anfield. Just look at their track record. I mean, is Madrid still the last team to beat them at Anfield, or has somebody else done it yet?
No, it's Madrid, and then in the EPL, it's Leeds under Jesse Marsch. So that's a long-ass time ago.
Yeah, you're probably not going to get the best number if you just go with a Liverpool money line here. I like Liverpool money line and over 1.5. I like to mix in a bunch of shot on target numbers. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably see all of them all the time. Between Gakpo, Nunez, and Salah, though, we got a lot of people that love jacking for chicks. Oh, and Luis Diaz. Forgot about him. Yep. Also, Luis Diaz, as much as I like seeing his success and I like watching him and I rate him, his dad is annoying as fuck. I understand they went through some dramatic things, but like watching him like salsa dance by himself in the crowd during like half times and shit. I know he's enjoying himself and he went through a lot, but dude, sit the fuck down. It's 0-0 still. Calm down. Like, take it easy, man. You're gonna have plenty of time to enjoy your son's games. Trust me. This kid's going for the long run. I like Liverpool here, and I think they're going to do it in a bit of a dominant force. I think Klopp's one of those managers that Man U loss isn't sitting well with him and his quadruple chase. That I don't even know how you call it a quadruple when you're in Europa League, but then West Ham fans get mad, and oh no, you don't want to piss them off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you're the kind of person who likes to play first half markets, this might be the game for you. I think Liverpool will come out here standing on the throttle. Probably ends up like 4-1, 5-1. Liverpool, yeah. I mean, Brighton, you had a really good team and you performed well last year, but when you sell $250 million worth of player, this is what happens. You're a mid-table team with a big budget now. Like, congratulations, you have a lot of money to spend in the offseason, but spend it wisely and get your team back to being good and get people healthy, like Minotoma, and everybody I like to see over there from Brighton, who just has been run through the ringer this year. It's tough.
Remember when Ferguson was going to be like 100 mil?
I do remember that. Yeah.
All right, last one I got for you guys. We got another banger. Manchester City versus Arsenal. Only thing I'll say about this, because I really don't want to take a side here, because when I look at it on paper, it tells me City every time. And then I look at the number, and I love what the Arsenal double chance number looks like. And I know how much more this means to Arsenal than it does to City. And that whole thing of me thinking Pep's just walking into these places like it's just a business meeting and he's not taking it very serious. It was all kind of confirmed when I saw a Declan Rice interview, and he said something to John Stones. Obviously, John Stones is now also injured, but it was before the match, talking about, oh, you got a tough game next weekend. And he said, oh, yeah, who you got? And he said, oh, we play you guys. Like, John Stones doesn't even know his next opponent in the Premier League. Manchester City doesn't give a fuck about the Premier League right now. They're on like 4 in a row. They don't give a rat's ass about this competition. They're going to go in, play Manchester City football, and then they're going to leave with whatever result happens. It's probably going to be something tight, like a 1-0 win off of a late KDB cross to Holland, or insert center back's name on a set piece. That's just how Manchester City's been still competing at the highest level in the Premier League right now. And it's shocking to me. And I'm still going to run with an Arsenal double chance. And hold on, Larry's here, so we got to show our Greece respect. I actually respected Greece earlier. You missed it. They were in my fuck yous, but it was like the most respectful fuck you possible.
Did also, Bird get another burner? This feels like another Bird burner.
Could be.
Anyway, if it is another Bird burner, we appreciate you continuing to make accounts to support the page, my guy.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, I don't know. You guys know where I stand on this. I'm not going to back Arsenal here. City on the money line at -110 at the Etihad feels really nice. This game probably ends up maybe a 1-1 draw, if anything, if Arsenal come away with some points here. I like the under 2.5 a lot at plus 115. I think that's a really nice number. And if you go and look at the history of City versus Arsenal, pretty sure it's heavily favoring the unders. I didn't look it up myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just know that game screams 1-1, 0-0, 1-0. So yeah, I'm gonna probably take the under, and I'm gonna play City money line because if this was in Arsenal's building, then I might have some second thoughts. But yeah, since it's at the Etihad and not the Emirates, I'm definitely gonna back City.
I'm really just banking on a 1-1 game here. I got Arsenal on the double chance, and I like Foden the score assist. You're just gonna see a shit ton of props from me. I also ended up taking cards in this one because again, I think Arsenal are gonna kind of get in their own heads a little bit and get up for this, and they're gonna be hacking. Like Declan Rice and Rodri are gonna be going at it. Both of them are probably good for a card. One of the fullbacks on Arsenal after they cheat up too high and get counterattacked by Manchester City are getting the card. Kyle Walker's hurt too. Man City, you nervous? You only have Rico Luis, who's actually incredible, and I like him more. Moving on. We're going to Spain now. It's no football.
It's La Liga.
I can't even get up for that anymore because it's not football. It's
not football. It's corruption.
Yeah. Anyway, first one. Girona versus Real Betis. Now, I think Girona Magic is dead. I think that they're going to just be fighting to stay top 4. I think their title charge and staying at second place and trying to go neck and neck with Real Madrid, I think that is all dead now. I think Champions League football would be brilliant for them. They could bring in some great players and get backed financially if they're able to qualify for that. So Girona fans, you should be extremely happy with the direction your club's going. That being said, that is all loser talk when you're at the top. What's fucking good? I'm looking down here. Real Betis still sucks at home. So, unfortunately, this is one of the, hey, we still want to play Champions League football games that you're going to have to win, Girona. You're at home. Real Betis is notoriously terrible away from home. If Isco plays, and I see Isco and Fekir in the starting lineup, everything changes for me. But Girona, this is where you got to handle business. This is where Dovbyk, you're going to have to get on the score sheet again. Savio, figure it out. I know you might not have had the greatest international break, but time to get back to work here, get that Champions League spot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can say Savio had a bad international break going to Brazil and playing with the guys that start.
I think that going from being the man in the Girona offense and doing whatever you want, and coach will switch me to the other side to fuck your defense up, to I'm playing back up to Vinny Jr. and Rodrigo. The training sessions are probably great, but I'm saying him confidence-wise, it had to have dropped off now. You have now seen what's ahead of you, who you're going to be competing with over the summer, and you are not first choice.
Yeah, and it's clear he's not first choice in Brazil, and he's not going to be for a while. I mean, the guy just broke onto the scene. I know we knew about him before this because he was at PSV, and you watch a lot of PSV. And plus Brazilian league, so Savio might not be new to us, but he is new to a lot of people who don't pay attention to stuff outside of the Big 5 leagues. But yeah, Savio's a stud. I love his shot on target number. I think that if Isco plays, I'm 100% taking his shot on target number because I think that everyone, or especially the sports books, yeah, I mean, he only played 13 minutes, I think, as a substitute over international breaks. So, yeah, that's good. That's good for Savio. Sometimes you need those rests.
People are saying he should have started over Rafinha. Just saying.
So, yeah, this game is going to be very dependent for me on the lineup I get that day from Betis. If I see Isco out there, they tend to trust the young guns with Isco. They don't like playing their young guys without Isco out there, which I think is I don't want to say a mistake. It's tactical. Somebody has to be able to be loud and be in their ear when they're on the pitch, and that's Isco. He's clearly the leader of the team. That's why they give him the armband. That's why he wins man of the match, even in fucking losing efforts. He's class on grass. We just saw him play for Spain and ball out. So yeah, without Isco, this Betis team just isn't the same. It doesn't have any sort of spark or firepower or life. So no Isco, no Batiste for me. I will slam Girona if Isco's not playing because -130 is a nice number on them at home. But if Isco's playing, I could easily see this being like a 1-1 game because, yeah, I'm kind of with Leg here. The Girona magic seems to have faded. They have fallen into almost the Brighton category where their XG and what they're doing looks great on paper, but they're not putting balls in the back of the net and they're not getting the results. And at some point, you can't make excuses for that anymore. And that's where I'm at with Girona. So I'm hoping a home stint here against Batiste might change that. But like I said, I like Isco. And when he's with this Batiste team, it's an entirely different team. So I'll probably play both teams to score if Isco's playing. But other than that, Savio shot on target and Isco shot on target are both great numbers.
I need the Ukrainians to pop off to finish the season and carry that into the Euros. That's
what shout out Tazgenkov for the goal for Ukraine to win that 2-1. So we fuck with that. And Murdoch, who got me a nice little to score assist prop there late in the go-ahead goal. So appreciate you there, dog.
All right, moving on. Next one we got probably the best game of the weekend. We got Real Madrid versus Athletic Bilbao. No Vinny. Vinny is suspended on yellow cards accumulation. I think Jude's back. Is Jude back?
I think so. I looked at Transfer Market and it didn't say Jude was suspended still. So I think Jude is back.
I can't remember how many games he sat out because that was a straight red, wasn't it? No, he's back. Yeah, we're good.
No, it was a second yellow.
No, I was a straight red because he said
was it a straight red?
Goal.
Okay.
Yeah. He said that's a fucking goal so aggressively at that ref. That was probably scary. Thank God he made it out of there alive. The line sucks. The line's like -195. You got to dance around. I like Real Madrid money line and both teams to score because I respect the fuck out of Nico Williams and Inaki Williams. And I just know that they are always kind of a thorn in our side in this match. Even if they don't score goals, they're just dangerous the whole fucking time. Danny Carvajal, yellow card and foul is going to be on the market for me if Nico Williams is available. Nico Williams has done his suspension as well. I'm almost 90% sure.
Yes, he is. He's off his suspension. I know that for sure.
Yeah, he also had a great stint with the Spanish national team. Him and Yamal, when you watch that Spanish attack, and then it's got to be followed up with Morata at the point, it's just really sad. It really fucking is. The fact that Joselu looks like the better option to Morata, like, damn, Spain. Y'all aren't churning out any other strikers. There's no other strikers you give us. We don't have any, like, hidden in any academy systems. This is what we got. God damn. So, this is also usually a bloody-ass match. So, if you can bet cards, we'll wait for who the ref is. Because, maybe you get a card pussy ref. And we always hate them, so we won't dive completely in, but if Jude's back, I'm taking him for all his props. No Vinny, Jude's probably. I hope we don't start Jude at the front again. That did not work. I would rather let like Artigul or anyone else get some tick. Joselu, I'm 50-50 on, but if he wants to play some striker at the Bernabeu, he's usually my go-to to bet him right away. He always loves scoring at home. Oaks, what are you feeling on this one?
Yeah, look, I'm not going to bet against Madrid because I do think we get done here at the Bernabeu. That said, it wouldn't surprise me if Bilbao finds a way to make this a greasy draw without Vinny. I know Kamavinga took a knock, but it sounds like he's fine and he's going to be available for this one. I don't know. This game's gone under the last 3 matches in a row. They've been 1-0s, 2-0s. 1-1s. This is a tough game. Bilbao is obviously a little not as, I don't want to say not as good. They're definitely not as good away from home. But this is a big match for Bilbao, especially when it comes to the table. There's only 8-9 games left in La Liga. Bilbao is in 4th right now. They are above Atleti on the table with 56 points. Any sort of points coming out of the Bernabeu here, I don't know, keeps you in a Champions League spot. So yeah, I'm not. I don't want to say I'm not scared. I'm not nervous. It's just I could see Bilbao making this a really greasy, physical, card heavy, foul heavy, slow the game down.
Rodrigo hat-trick loading. Rodrigo hat-trick loading.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean, if you want me to just sit up here and ignorantly tell you all 11 names that I think are going to be starting for Madrid and that they're going to get goals, like, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you know, you want me to tell you Brahim Diaz is going to get a hat trick and 3 assists? Like, okay, no problem.
No, I was taking for a shot on target if he starts.
Yeah, Tuchemani, he'll get a goal. Camavinga will get a goal. Danny Carvajal's off gluten. He might get 2 goals.
Goal and an assist. This is
Yeah, Rudiger, we all know how he's insane in the air. He'll get 2 goals. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
How this is even close anymore, guys. All right, last Spanish game I got for you. Villarreal versus Atleti. I was telling you guys how I thought Villarreal was playing better football. How, you know, maybe they'll get some results here. I think even if Villarreal was playing their best football, they don't beat Atleti here. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, because this Atleti team, after getting spanked by Barca, needs a bounce-back game. And, man, if they weren't just handed one on a fucking platter to just smack the shit out of Villarreal.
This team lost to Cadiz, though, too. Let's not forget Atleti lost to Cadiz.
You're right. It's also Villarreal, and I think they've been playing better football again, but this just seems like the most easy, like, setup game for Atleti to just smack the shit out of Villarreal and go back on a winning streak to end the rest of the season and wrap up like 4th, maybe 3rd place. It seems like that.
Yeah, it would be awesome, and I would be all about it if, you know, I didn't lose $120 when Atleti played Cadiz and lost 2-0. So, yeah, I just look, Atleti, I'm going to throw a lot of shade here. You guys get very favorable refs at home, and they clearly cheat for you. So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, that was it. That's final. I will also say that Atleti seems to have Villarreal's number.
Everybody has Villarreal's number right now. This seems ass.
Even at Villarreal Stadium, though, like the last time Villarreal beat Atleti at their stadium was 2018. It's 2024.
See, that's when Villarreal was good then. Villarreal knocked Bayern out of the Champions League back then. So
yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, even if Villarreal is at their best here, I still don't think they really are going to get past Atleti.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for Primo Block to come out for those last 8 games. We're going to Italy now. Oaks told me before the show he loves this fucking Italian slate. I have 3 games that we're going to talk about, and then I obviously have more on my board because I also like the Italian slate. But I can see why the rest of the planet would be like, yo, why the fuck are you talking about?
We don't need to spend half an hour talking about 5 Italian games just because we like the numbers. We'll just tell you the numbers, and you can watch it.
Yeah, we'll just tell you the numbers, and you can pick if you feel like dealing with that one. First one, though, that you should be dealing with is Napoli versus Atalanta. Now, I thought that I was going to be like, oh, God, well, let me go look what the 2-foot-talk special is. Let me see. Both teams score over 2.5. It was plus 115. I don't know if we've been watching the same 2 fucking teams here all year. What makes them think that Atalanta can't put up 2 on Napoli? And then we won't get Osimhen or Special K to get us at least 1. You telling me
same reason we clean up on both teams to score in Spain. It's like they don't know that you know, the job is to score goals, and Napoli at home is probably going to score a goal. And Atalanta, even though they don't necessarily get results on the road, what is Atalanta really good at doing, but like really poor at doing? Oh, that's right. They score goals and then they cough up a bunch of bad ones. So, yeah, the 2-foot-talk special here is definitely the move.
What do they average? Like 1.8 goals a game, I think, away from home, and then at home it's over 2. So I'm backing Atalanta to take advantage of a shit Napoli back line here. Let's see. Who am I taking off Atalanta? We got Lookman and Coop Miners are pretty much what we're going to be looking at. And then
unless they've been giving Samacho a lot of run, and he's been showing that he can take it because he's been scoring
goals. He promised me 20. Let me check how many goals Samacho.
He does not have 20. They have not been giving him enough tick to get 20.
Well, he promised me 20. If he gets out there, I expect him to score at every single minute that he touches the field. So
he scored a banger versus.
He got 6 goals in 21 matches. Hey, yo, dog, that ain't 20.
He scored a banger versus Sporting.
Mind you, he only has like 900 minutes, so it's really.
I was gonna say, yeah. But yeah, I like Lookman a lot. Lookman is plus 240. I think that's way too high of a number. Oshiman at plus 145. I think that's great. I don't know if I'd go back to Special K right away just because he did take a little bit of a knock playing for Georgia and played like 105 minutes of brutal football against Greece in an elimination game the other day. So he might be riding an adrenaline high and he might show out, but like he also might be dead and they might sub him off after like 60 minutes. So I'd just be very careful with your Special K props. And if you don't like both teams to score an over 2.5, just the over 2.5 at minus 120, I feel like is a really good number. But yeah, there's goals galore in this game. This is great too. I think this is a Friday game too. So like starting off the weekend on a strong foot here, Friday afternoon wouldn't be bad.
It's a special facts, man. Talk to the chef about that shit. All right, so this
I love
one,
that profile picture too. I know that Napoli's breaking your heart a little bit, Mike, but like, don't change that Osimhen picture because that thing's fire.
Hold on, let me fix the A and Lazio. There you go, guys. Lazio versus Juventus. I'm not even overthinking this one. I saw Juventus money line at plus 145. I fucking love that number. Vlahovic, I think, is going to get hot again this game, and I think Lazio sucks, and I don't respect them. So this is going to be a long, hard-to-watch, boring game, but I'll just text Tom through it and see who's upsetting him the most, and I can tell you why it's going to be Rabiot.
Facts. It is 100% going to be Rabiot. I know Tom hates Rabiot. But yeah, everything Leg said. If you want to play it safe, I think the draw no bet at minus 130 is a little tough to play on its own, but easy to find a pair for. The money line at plus 150, plus 140 is going to be my play. Lazio, yeah, I just don't respect them. The only way I think Lazio has a chance to win this game is if it's 0-0 in like the 80th minute and then Immobile takes a PK because that's how Lazio wins games like this. Other than that, it's Juventus by, probably 1-0.
Yeah. Next one I got.
Also, real quick, before we move on, Juve, what the fuck is wrong with you insulting McKinney by trying to cut his salary and giving him a contract extension where he gets paid less? Like, he's leading your league and your team in assists, right? Playing that Allegri ball that doesn't get a lot of offense or assists. So, I don't know. I'd maybe come correct when you talk to Weston McKinney next time.
Facts. Imagine being the best player on your team and you're about to get a contract extension and they try to lower your pay. Yeah, well, sorry, we're in a little bit of a pickle here. Why don't you take less money, Mr. President, and you pay me the fucking money I deserve? My man's on a bullshit deal right now, too, and he's your best midfielder. You better.
And you sent him to Leeds and then bitched about him when he came back. And then he's like,
happen. He's going right to AC Milan to play with Pulisic and Yunus Musa, and
that would be terrible. I would hate to see that. No, but no, please don't. No, make a Scudetto run for AC Milan. No, please don't do that.
Or Timmy Weah. That's all I'll say. Speaking of AC, we got Fiorentina versus AC Milan. Now y'all know I got the utmost respect for Fiorentina. I lost a little bit when they got rid of the Kappa sponsor, and it still hasn't really, it doesn't sit with me the right way. So I'm on AC Milan on a draw no bet here. I think AC Milan just is the better team on paper. I think we got a couple of we can write a little script here. Maybe Jovic gets in and scores against his old club. Maybe we got a couple different names like that we could throw in there for Fiorentina. Same names we always put out there. Rafael Leao to score assists, absolute cannon. Giroud finally getting the fuck out of this team. He's going to LAFC. I see. We'll see what happens. Pulisic to score assists. Pulisic shot on targets. Ruben Loftus-Cheek shot on target until I'm fucking dead. They finally figured it out. Hey, we can start this big English motherfucker at the point of our attack every game, and he's going to be dangerous as hell, setting somebody else up, creating chances, or scoring them himself. He's absolutely incredible. Only reason they slowed down at Chelsea is because he tore his ACL twice. Still love Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and I will bet his shot on target because they keep putting plus signs on it, and they're stupid.
Yeah, all that is correct. I like Milan on the team total over 1.5 here at plus 140. Milan, we know that their biggest problem is they can't keep people out of the back of their net. So they need 3 or 4 goals to win games like this. And I think they get them here. Yeah, exactly what Leg said. Pulisic, Liao, RLC props are must play. Giroud, I hope you don't take up a ton of minutes and do a huge farewell tour for like AC Milan because I'm sick of looking at you. And clearly, when they put Okafor in the lineup in your spot, they play really, really well. So just give me more Okafor. And I don't like. I've seen a couple of guys on Twitter, and I've heard that Milan's looking for a new striker. And I've heard Goiker's name thrown out there, who I like, who's a really good striker. David. Well, yeah, Jonathan David. Again, I know you guys have Okafor sitting there, and like he's a stud just waiting for his time to shine. And you have Chuck Uwezi off the bench. Like, there's nothing wrong with the firepower AC Milan has. Invest this into some defensive midfielders. Also, you got Teo Hernandez pushing up the left-hand side, playing left wing back basically, but is actually a left back who's still on a complete rip. Like, I talked about this almost 2 months ago, and the man hasn't cooled down since. He keeps getting goals, assists, shots on target, shots outside the box. He's dumb lightning fast. He's not good at defense. Like, he's not good at defense, but like the way AC Milan plays, they're just like, fuck it, we're going to score 4 goals if you score 3. And Teo Hernandez is absolutely a stud for that. So, yeah, I love this AC Milan squad.
Like, I'm going to need like 4 or 5 to tell you about Drew. I think that he will do very well in Hollywood for endorsements, and I think people will love the random like header and bicycle kick goals that he'll give them. Overall, how it will make you guys better as a team, it won't.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you're big.
It's no Zlatan, put it that way.
Yeah, he's definitely no Zlatan, that's for sure. I think he'll make you better, but I think he would have been better off not letting Arejo go to Salt Lake City. Like, my biggest problem is Badonga is not a setup guy. So who is putting the ball into Giroud? Because Giroud's not creating his own shot. Somebody has to cross it to his big fuck ass forehead. So who's doing that?
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like you need a sort of partnership here with Giroud, like either another forward that he's gonna hold the ball up for and then play it to, like sort of like what Griezmann was doing for France, where he just held it up for Griezmann until he could then play in Dembele or Mbappe the whole time. Like, I feel like Giroud's a nice like centerpiece for LA to sell and for set pieces and those pretty photos of bikes and the game-winning header
and
goals.
Tickets, because now you have Lloris and Giroud and you got all these Italian names over there. Yeah, I think it's a good market and a good marketable piece for you guys. I just don't think that your play style sets up well to give Giroud success.
Yeah. Maybe they got some academy player, like some
maybe.
kid from LA.
He'll sell a bunch of tickets and kits, though, because I mean, like,
yo, this is easy as shit. Let me just fucking R1 square right in fucking Giroud's face. He's a giant target in the box. Maybe someone.
Yeah, if you had Puig from LA Galaxy, like, then I'd be like, oh yeah, Giroud's gonna murder it.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. We're going to Germany. I got one German game for you guys, and it's their Klassiker. Notice how nobody gives a fuck this year? That's because Leverkusen blew you both out of the water. How do you feel? Shabby Ball's here, baby. What's up? Shabby, apparently one of the favorites to take over at Bayern, and he said, and I know Liverpool fans are butthurt about this, he said, I'd rather coach at Bayern Munich than at Liverpool. I know they're mad. I know they're mad. They're so mad right now. So mad. He said, okay, let's move on. Bayern, though. I love Bayern here. I think Bayern money line and both teams to score at like even money. I love that number. I think Bayern is going to absolutely bless this Dortmund team. I think Dortmund's been playing like shit in the Bundesliga. I think that they play like shit when they're away from home. And this Bayern team, something has kind of changed where it seems like Tuchel might be doing a little bit more of that shutting the fuck up and letting the dudes that are actually good at football and have been at Bayern and have been carrying the torch still carry the fucking torch and just shut the fuck up. We're getting rid of you in June. So, like, there's a countdown for this motherfucker to just get the fuck out of the locker room. We just don't feel like paying for the extra year and the extra cash you'd get, and we're just letting you finish. Please, just shut the hell up. We know how to beat Dortmund. Do you?
The answer is no, because he's English. And yeah, I just want to remind people, because I saw this tweet from BR Football, so Bleacher Report. I just want to remind guys that as Byron's coach, Nagelsmann coached 84 matches. He won 60 of them, drew 14 of them, and lost 10. He had a 71.4% win percentage, had a Bundesliga title and 2 German Super Cups, and went 8 for 8. That's right, a perfect record in the UCL underneath him. So, Byron not in competition for a trophy because they hired an English manager. This is what you get. I got burned by this bad last week because of a penalty kick in stoppage time, but I don't know. They're listing the under 3.5 at plus 134 here. I'm probably going to play that just because I know Kane took a knock when he was with England. I know he's training again. And Byron's probably going to want to run it up here. And if those guys actually are in control of the team and it looks like Tuchel's taking a step back and he's not really the coach anymore, then I'll live with being wrong at this number, and that just gives me more confidence that Byron's going to go skull fuck Arsenal 10-2. That's where I'm at with this. I'm going to take the under and hope to be pleasantly surprised by Byron putting a shit stomping on a bad Dortmund away team. That said, though, I'm going to take Malen for all his props because that dude's a stud and there's a ton of value on Dortmund guys.
Netherlands fucked up not just starting him every single game. They really fucked that one up. They were like, hold on, Depay and Gakpo are usual guys. I was like, oh, so you're not watching everybody play. All right, good shit. Anyway, last game, guys. Marseille versus PSG. I love whenever they give me PSG on a plus sign, and Marseille hasn't done anything crazy enough for me to back them fully. I have seen PSG piss away some League One results. Now, mind you, that was when their coach was being an absolute moron and was going like, oh, we have to look past having Mbappe. And then he realized, oh, shit, if I don't keep playing Mbappe, I'm going to fucking lose every game. So Mbappe is going to be playing this game. I think it's funny that he's not joking about it. Like, oh, maybe I won't play Mbappe against Barcelona if you guys send me a check to my charity. Let's make jokes about not playing Mbappe. Yeah, that's how bad your team is. They're like, we might actually pay that shit just to take your only good player out. Zaire Emery, I'm sorry that we're taking him away from you, bro. I know you deserve better. It's just a shame you signed for PSG. I'm taking PSG money line, though. Marseille with no Guendouzi. They got no balls now, all right? They got nobody that's going to go in there and take a stab at somebody and set the tone like a Marseille fucking stadium should. They're going to have the fans that got the flares fucking ready.
They might burn the stadium to the ground.
On the pitch. No balls on the pitch. PSG's running it up.
I like both teams to score an over 2.5 here at minus 120. I think that's a very good number.
3-1 PSG.
What?
I said 3-1 PSG.
Mbappe at minus 125 is borderline a must-play number. I think that if you look past Aubameyang and see how good Sarr's been playing for this Marseille team, especially at home, his anytime goal at plus 360, I think, is way too high. And I'm going to go against leg here. I'm going to take Marseille on the double chance. It's minus 125. Marseille, in 13 matches played at home this season, are 8-5-0. They still have yet to take a loss in this building. But as Leg always correctly likes to point out, they have not played PSG yet. This is a major rivalry.
Starting center back's out injured also.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm just hoping that the energy of the fans who will burn this stadium to the ground if they fucking feel like it, because that's what Marseille fans are known to do. And actually, that's what all of France is known to do. France is the cultural where they'll take being pushed around until the straw that breaks the camel's back, and then they build a guillotine and they'll be like, all right, we're just going to fucking murder everybody, and I know it's going to put our country back into the Stone Age, and we won't have electricity anymore, but I don't fucking care. Just kill them all. So that's France's attitude, and I think that the energy of these Marseille fans is huge and at home. I think they take a lot of pride in that no losses at home here. I think they find a way to grind out a draw.
All right, we're moving on. That was my last game. Now we have the wheel. Guys, the wheel, last week I tried to do a wheel where I spun a country wheel, and then I had to figure out, it was difficult because then I got Africa and
so like you were trying to do a wheel by yourself. I give you mad respect, but that had to suck.
It was a double wheel of finding out which continent I was going to and then the country. And I got like New Guinea, who wasn't playing till June. And I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to take whatever Guinea is playing, and hopefully it's Jerossi's team. And then he didn't start, so it was a fun time. Last week, the Golden Booty, nobody got it because Jerossi's soft and only played 25 minutes. So I'm going first anyway. Here we go.
Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut.
Shit. I was actually cool with either one there. I was like, all right. So either I'm picking somebody from the Madrid game or I get a double booty. And it's going to be Jude Bellingham. We're going to the double booty wheel, guys.
Double booty wheel.
So double booty, you get to pick 2 golden boot guys of whatever position it spins on. Here we go. You pretty much hope that it's not center defensive mid. I think we can. Jude Bellingham! Jude Bellingham! We're out here, Jude. Jude. My guy. All right, let's see who we get now. Remove that. Frimpong.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to take Rudiger.
Nah, can't take 2 Madrid guys. We're mixing it up now. They're playing I think they're playing Hoffenheim too, so Frimpong.
Yeah, they're like
I don't even know if Frimpong
can start on the money line too.
Yeah, Tella might fucking start that game. Who knows, bro? All right.
Do you want to take the double booty off that?
Yeah, I got to take the double booty off. Hey. There it is. Visible? No. Okay. Bang. There we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut.
Serie A. We're going to Italy for Oaks' booty. Clip that.
I want to take Leao because he's hot.
But then he'll just get an assist.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with Pulisic. I'm going to take Zapata because Torino's playing Monza, and I have absolutely zero respect for Monza, and Zapata is plus 155, and that's a great-ass number. And we'll get to why we're going to back Torino at home later.
Bet. All right, guys, that was Golden Booty Wheel. Let's get into these 15, and we'll get the fuck out of here. My first one I got for you, Girona, Betis, both teams to score over 2.5, even money. Real Sociedad money line versus Alaves plus 135. Did we say Real Sociedad was dead to us? Kind of. Do I respect Alaves? Fuck no. Real Madrid money line versus Bilbao and both teams to score plus 195. Atleti money line at Villarreal plus 115. Arsenal double chance at City minus 115. Foden to score assist. Napoli Atalanta both teams to score over 2.5 plus 120. Juventus money line versus Lazio plus 145. Milan draw no bet versus Fiorentina minus 115. Roma money line versus Lecce at Lecce minus 120. Go look at Daniele De Rossi's record so far in Serie A and let me know what number you got on Roma's money line. Bayern money line and both teams to score versus Dortmund's minus 105. It was floating around even money, so hopefully it goes back up. Otherwise, I'll have to take Daniel Mellon and Harry Kane to score or assist just to make it juicy as hell. Lyon money line versus Reims. Lyon's back. We're at home, baby. Don't even worry about it. Cook, Ryan Cherokee. PSG money line at Marseille plus 115. Chelsea, Burnley, both teams to score minus 120. That number is absurdly low for how bad Chelsea is at defending. Arsenal City over 4.5 cars is my last one because I accidentally took a Leverkusen game against Union Berlin that was not this weekend but the following weekend. And then my parlay is Chelsea, Burnley, both teams to score. Arsenal City, both teams to score. Real Madrid, Bilbao, both teams to score.
Nice. I'm going to go with both teams to score over 2.5 in Brentford versus Man U. I'm going to play City money line at minus 110. I'm going to play the under 2.5 there as well at plus 115. Tune in to the BetUS La Liga show tomorrow at 3 p.m. to hear me talk more about this one. But Sevilla plus 0.5 on the corner handicap versus Getafe. Found an angle I really like there. Valencia money line plus 110. Savio shot on target. Both teams to score over 2.5 in Napoli versus Atalanta. Torino on the money line at home versus Monza. Torino at home are a wagon. Don't forget that every year it doesn't change. They play really good defense. Zapata is the only guy who does really fuck all for them up top, but so they struggled to get results on the road a bunch, but Monza sucks, and they're not walking into Torino and winning this game. So Torino minus 120, probably one of my favorite plays of the weekend. Juve, if you want to play it safe, take the draw no bet at minus 130. I'm going to play the money line at plus 150. Milan, team total over 1.5, plus 140. Like Leg said, Roma money line, minus 115. That's a no-brainer. Lyon at home, plus 115. Really good number on them at home. Nice at home versus Nantes is minus 130. I think that's a really nice price as well. Marseille versus PSG, both teams to score over 2.5, minus 120. And then I'm still going to ride Marseille on the double chance, even though Leg told me all the problems with that bet.
It'll work out. All right, that's all we got for you guys. Make sure you follow us at TwoFootTalk. That's at TWOFootTalk. Link is right in the description. You can just scroll down and click on the link. You will also see TFTdrip.com. Guys, go get you some drip. You need some hot boy shit? You want some fucking tie-dye bucket hats with a pineapple on it holding money? Yeah, you probably do. TFTdrip.com. Also, just in the description, you can follow me at A Young Leg. You can follow Oaks at BurrOaks77. Also, right down below in the description. Nice and easy for you. Scroll down, click the description. Oh, look, links for me. Bang, all done. Clean hour for y'all, too. Clean as fuck. That's how we do this shit. Fuck what you heard.
Is what you're hearing.